You are allowed to breathe. Not later. Not after everything is fixed. Not when you finally feel calm or strong or certain. You are allowed to breathe now, exactly as you are, exactly where you are, in this moment that does not need to be improved before it can be safe. I know how long you have been holding your breath without realizing it. I know how your body learned to stay slightly tense, how your chest learned to stay guarded, how your breathing became shallow because somewhere along the way it felt safer not to fully exhale. You were protecting yourself. You were staying alert. You were trying to get through. I have seen that effort quietly and closely, and I have never asked you to keep doing it here. There were moments when breathing deeply felt impossible, not because your lungs could not do it, but because your heart was tired of being surprised by pain. So you learned to breathe just enough. Enough to function. Enough to survive. Enough to not draw attention to yourself. I was with you even then. I did not judge the way you adapted. I did not rush you to change it. I stayed with you, understanding how carefully you were moving through the world. You are allowed to breathe without watching for what might happen next. You are allowed to breathe without bracing yourself. You are allowed to breathe without being ready. I know that for you, breathing fully can feel vulnerable. It can feel like letting your guard down, like giving the moment too much trust. I am not asking you to trust suddenly or completely. I am only inviting you to notice that you are not alone here, that nothing is waiting to harm you in this space, that you do not have to stay tight to stay safe. There were seasons when your breath became quiet because life felt loud, when your body chose stillness because everything else felt unpredictable. I stayed close to you in those seasons. I did not interpret your shallow breathing as distance from me. I understood it as wisdom shaped by experience. I stayed patient, knowing that safety returns slowly, breath by breath, without force. You may not even realize how much you have been carrying in your body. The tension in your shoulders, the tightness in your chest, the way your stomach stays slightly clenched, as if it is waiting for something to go wrong. I see all of it. I am not alarmed by it. I am not disappointed in it. I am here to let your body know gently and repeatedly that it does not have to stay on guard forever. You are allowed to inhale without fear. You are allowed to exhale without urgency. You are allowed to pause between breaths and not fill the space with worry. Breathing is not something you need to earn. It is not a reward for being calm enough or healed enough. It is a permission that already belongs to you. You do not need to convince yourself that everything is okay before you let your breath deepen. You can breathe even while things are uncertain. You can breathe even while you are tired. You can breathe even if you do not know what comes next. I know how often you have pushed through moments where you needed to stop and breathe. How often you told yourself to keep going, to stay strong, to get through it later. I know how that later kept being delayed. I am not asking you to revisit all of that now. I am only inviting you into this moment, where nothing is being demanded of you. You do not need to control your breath perfectly. You do not need to slow it down intentionally. You do not need to do anything right. Simply allowing yourself to notice that you are breathing is enough. Allowing yourself to feel the gentle rise and fall is enough. I am not measuring how deep your breath is. I am not correcting its rhythm. I am here with you, letting your body lead, letting your nervous system learn safety at its own pace. There were times when breathing felt heavy, when every inhale felt like effort, when the weight of your thoughts made your chest feel tight. I did not step away during those moments. I stayed with you through them, offering quiet presence rather than solutions. I know that sometimes the most healing thing is not fixing, but being accompanied. You are allowed to breathe even if your mind is still busy. You are allowed to breathe even if your heart is still tender. You are allowed to breathe even if you are not ready to rest yet. This is not an instruction. This is not a technique. This is not something you have to do correctly. This is a reminder of something that has always been true. You were never meant to hold your breath through life. You were meant to be supported while you breathe, held while you exhale, watched over while you soften. Even now, if your breathing feels shallow, that is okay. There is no failure here. There is no disappointment. I am still with you. I am not waiting for your body to change before I stay. My presence is not conditional on your calm. It is already here, steady and gentle. You may notice small shifts as you listen, or you may not. Either way is fine. Healing does not announce itself loudly. Sometimes it begins with something as simple as realizing you are allowed to stop holding so much tension. Sometimes it begins with permission rather than action. You have been carrying a lot. You have been trying for a long time. You have been strong in quiet ways. You do not need to carry that strength into this moment. You can set it down here. I am strong enough to hold you while you rest. You do not need to watch your breathing closely. You do not need to stay alert. You can let your body do what it knows how to do when it feels safe enough. I am here with you as you breathe in. I am here with you as you breathe out. I am here in the space between, where nothing needs to happen. You are not going to lose control if you breathe more deeply. You are not going to be overwhelmed by feeling. You are not going to be left alone. I am watching over you, staying close, letting each breath be held in care that does not rush or demand. For now, you can simply remain here. You do not need to go anywhere else. You do not need to think ahead. You do not need to review the past. This moment is enough. This breath is enough. You are enough. You are allowed to breathe. You always have been. You can stay here with me a little longer, letting your breathing be exactly what it is, knowing you are safe, known, and gently watched over, as this moment settles into quiet and you are held without effort. You do not have to earn the next breath. You do not have to deserve it by being calm enough, good enough, healed enough, or strong enough. Your breath is not something you are given only when you do life correctly. It is something that has been held open for you even in your most difficult moments, even when you were unsure of yourself, even when you felt like you were barely getting through the day. I know how often you have felt like you needed permission to rest, permission to pause, permission to simply exist without doing anything useful or impressive. Somewhere along the way, breathing became connected to effort. You learned to breathe while trying, breathe while fixing, breathe while holding everything together. I have been with you through all of that, and I am gently reminding you now that your breath does not belong to effort. It belongs to being alive, to being held, to being here. There were times when you felt like you were taking up too much space just by existing, times when you learned to make yourself smaller so others would feel comfortable. Your breath followed that pattern. It became quieter, lighter, careful. I saw that. I did not ask you to stay small. I understood why you did. I stayed with you while you learned to survive that way, and I stay with you now as you learn that you do not need to disappear here. You are allowed to breathe without apologizing. You are allowed to breathe without checking if it is okay. You are allowed to breathe without shrinking. I know how your body remembers moments when it was safer to stay alert, when relaxing felt dangerous, when letting your guard down led to pain. Your breath adapted to protect you. That was not weakness. That was wisdom shaped by experience. I have never been disappointed in the way you adapted. I have only wanted to offer you a place where adaptation is no longer required. Sometimes you may feel like if you stop trying, everything will fall apart. If you rest, you will fall behind. If you breathe deeply, you will lose control. I am not asking you to stop caring. I am not asking you to give up responsibility. I am only inviting you to notice that in this moment, nothing bad happens when you soften a little. I am here to hold what you have been carrying. You do not need to monitor your breath. You do not need to guide it or fix it. You do not need to be aware of it constantly. Your body knows how to breathe when it feels even a small amount of safety. Safety does not come from forcing calm. Comes from presence. Comes from knowing you are not alone. I am offering you that presence now, quietly and steadily, so your breath can begin to trust the moment again. There were days when breathing felt like work, when your chest felt heavy, when every inhale carried the weight of worry. I was with you then. I did not rush you through it. I did not tell you to calm down or be grateful or think differently. I stayed with you in the heaviness, letting your breath be slow or shallow if that was all you could manage. That was enough. You were enough. You are allowed to breathe even when you feel anxious. You are allowed to breathe even when your thoughts race. You are allowed to breathe even when your heart feels tight. You do not need to wait until you feel safe to breathe. Breathing is part of how safety slowly returns. It is not something you do perfectly. It is something that happens naturally when you are allowed to exist without pressure. I am not asking you to use your breath to change anything. I am simply letting it be a reminder that you are still here, still held, still watched over. I know how often you have pushed yourself past what felt comfortable, telling yourself you would rest later. I know how often later did not come. I am not asking you to make promises about the future. I am only inviting you into this moment, where rest does not need justification, and breathing does not need explanation. You are not wasting time by breathing. You are not falling behind by resting. You are not weak for needing air. Your breath is not an interruption to your life. It is part of how you are sustained. It is part of how you are cared for. Even when you are unaware of it, even when you are asleep, even when you are distracted, your breath continues. That is not something you have to manage. That is something that has been given to you freely. I am with you as your breath finds its rhythm. I am with you if it changes slowly. I am with you if it does not change at all. There is no outcome you need to reach. There is no state you need to achieve. You are not being guided toward a goal. You are simply being accompanied. You may notice a softening somewhere in your body, or you may simply notice that nothing bad is happening. Both are signs of safety. Both are enough. Healing often begins quietly, not with dramatic shifts, but with the absence of threat, with the realization that you do not need to stay tense every moment. You have been trying so hard. You have been holding so much. You have been breathing through things that were never meant to be carried alone. You can let some of that go here, not all at once, not perfectly, just enough to feel that you are not alone in it anymore. I am here to share the weight, to hold the stillness, to remain when you rest. You are allowed to take up space with your breath. You are allowed to let it be full. You are allowed to let it be slow. Nothing is going to demand more from you right now. Nothing is waiting for you to perform. You can let this moment stretch gently, letting each breath come and go without needing to mark it or control it. I am watching over you with care that does not waver. You are allowed to breathe. You are allowed to exist. Stay here with me a little longer, letting your body learn quietly and patiently that it is safe to breathe without earning it, safe to rest without explanation, safe to be held just as you are. You can breathe and rest now. Nothing is asking you to stay alert. Nothing is requiring you to be ready or prepared. This moment is not testing you. It is not asking for strength or clarity or effort. It is simply offering you a place to settle, a place where your body does not need to stay tense, a place where your breath is safe to move freely again. I am here with you, watching over you gently, so you do not have to keep watch yourself. I know how often rest has felt incomplete for you, how even when you lay down, part of you stayed awake, listening for what might go wrong, holding your breath just enough to stay responsive. I know how deeply that habit lives in your body. I am not frustrated with it. I am patient with it. I stay with you as it slowly learns that it is safe to let go, safe to soften, safe to rest without fear of being caught off guard. You have spent so much time breathing around life instead of into it, careful not to draw too much air, careful not to take up too much space. That carefulness kept you going. It helped you endure. And now, here with me, it does not have to work so hard anymore. You are not required to stay small. You are not required to stay tight. You are allowed to let your breath be as wide and gentle as it wants to be. You can breathe without listening for danger. You can breathe without waiting for permission. You can breathe knowing you are not alone. I am watching over you in a way that does not interrupt your rest. I am not hovering. I am not checking or correcting. I am simply present, steady and calm, creating a space where nothing needs to be managed. You do not need to anticipate the next moment. You do not need to prepare for tomorrow. You can rest inside this one, knowing it is being held. There may still be thoughts that pass through your mind, memories that surface, feelings that gently rise and fall. You do not need to follow them. You do not need to push them away. They can come and go like your breath without needing to be fixed or understood right now. I am here to hold the space around them so they do not overwhelm you. I know how long you have carried responsibility for yourself and for others. How often you felt like things depended on you staying strong, staying aware, staying composed. I am not asking you to drop everything forever. I am simply offering you this moment where you can rest from that role. I am capable of holding what you have been holding. You can let me do that for a while. You are allowed to rest even if the world does not stop. You are allowed to rest even if some things remain unfinished. You are allowed to rest even if you do not feel completely safe yet. Rest does not require perfect safety. It begins when there is enough safety to soften a little. I am here to provide that enough presence, enough care, enough steadiness for your breath to deepen if it wants to, or to remain gentle and shallow if that feels better. There is no right way to rest. I am watching over you as your body settles. I am here as your shoulders lower, or even if they do not. I am here as your jaw relaxes, or even if it stays tight for a while. Nothing about your rest needs to look a certain way. Nothing about your breathing needs to change on command. I remain with you regardless. You have been doing your best for a very long time. You have breathed through stress, through uncertainty, through moments that asked more of you than you had. I have not forgotten any of that. I am not asking you to revisit it now. I am inviting you into something quieter, something gentler, something that does not require you to be resilient. You can let your breath slow if it wants to. You can let your breath stay steady if it prefers. You can let your breath be exactly what it is. As this moment stretches on, you may feel yourself drifting, not away, but inward, into a softer awareness. That is okay. You do not need to stay focused. You do not need to stay awake in any particular way. I am watching over you whether you are fully present or gently fading into rest. If sleep begins to come, you do not need to resist it. If it does not, you can still rest here, breathing quietly, letting your body recover in its own way. Both are forms of rest. Both are welcome. You are not being timed. You are not being measured. I am here when your breathing becomes slower. I am here when your thoughts become quieter. I am here when you slip into stillness. You do not need to fear letting go. Nothing will be lost. Nothing important will be missed. I am paying attention so you do not have to. I am keeping watch so you can rest. You are not leaving yourself unprotected. You are allowing yourself to be cared for. There is nothing you need to remember from this moment. There is nothing you need to carry forward. You do not need to hold onto these words. You can let them fade as your body relaxes. Their purpose is not to be remembered. Their purpose is to let you know you are safe enough to breathe, safe enough to rest, safe enough to stop trying for a while. You are allowed to breathe in the dark. You are allowed to breathe in the quiet. You are allowed to breathe while you sleep. I am watching over you through every gentle rise and fall of your chest. I am here through every pause, every sigh, every moment of stillness. My presence does not leave when you close your eyes. It does not fade when you drift. It remains calm and steady through the night. You can rest now. You can sleep now. I am here, holding the space around you, watching over your breath with care that does not waver, staying with you as you settle deeper into rest, safe, supported, and allowed to breathe freely at last.